Hello, this is Ashley Danielle from ashleydanielle.com. I want to answer a question that I got recently, which is if I wanted to manifest $1,000 right now, what would I do? This is something that I feel like most people that are just beginning to manifest or just beginning to understand the manifestation process, they will be like, okay, so how do I manifest $1,000? Like, and if I were in the situation where I was like, you know what, I want to manifest $1,000, this is what I would do, right? So the first thing that I would do is, can you take the charge out of it? And what do I mean by this? What I mean by this is a lot of times when we need to manifest or create or receive money, it's coming from a place of, oh shit, I need money. Like bills are coming in, or there's something that you want to buy, or there's like an urgency to it. And it can be really difficult. It's not impossible, but it can be really difficult to call in or create or have or receive money coming from that place. It's not impossible, right? And if you are coming from a place of like, for the lack of better terms, lack, right? Like, I don't have it, I need it, I have to have it, which is understandable and completely rational to be feeling anxiety and maybe even a little panicky. What can happen is you might receive the money and it might come in a bit of a chaotic way. It might come in a way that might cause more frustration or anxiety. And so can't my first tip, my first step would be, okay, I need this money. Or let's just say that, a bill came and it's $1,000. I'm like, shit, I've got to have this money. Can I like pull back and start to like let the charge around it, let the heightened emotion around it, can I like dissipate that just even just a little bit? What happens when we feel that charge is a lot of times our nervous system is getting activated and like fight or flight, right? And it's like this energy of, and it's really difficult to think from and move from a place of, I already have this, it is coming to me, it is mine. And it is, oh my God, what if it doesn't work? Oh my God, what if I don't get this bill paid? And there's like this anxious, chaotic energy around it. So in that moment, it's like your nervous system is getting activated. Can you pause, regulate, breathe? I like to breathe in through my nose, out my mouth. Just come back to center, come back to being grounded, reminding myself I am safe. I am safe in this moment. I am safe holding this bill. I am safe to receive money. I am safe. 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 A lot of times, our traumas, our beliefs around money and bills and not having enough money are trauma responses. They're showing me things to say, and I'm like, maybe not that one, maybe this one, maybe not that one, right? So sometimes I'm like, no, I don't want that example. Can you give me another example, right? For example, if you were a child and your parents fought about money, right? Like that anxious feeling is probably going to rise up. That trauma response of, it will feel like life or death. And it's like, okay, I'm not making light because I get it, but also it's like, it's just a piece of paper. A bill is just a piece of paper. It's just numbers on a screen. Like, you're not being stabbed, you're not being robbed. I mean, yeah, I can hear the argument that you are being robbed, but you know what I mean? Like, you're not in physical danger in this moment. Can you bring yourself back to safety? Can you bring yourself back to, I am safe, I am whole? Oh, it is okay in this moment, right? The next thing I would say is, oftentimes people that come to me and that are in my world, in my sphere, there's a lot of black and white thinking, which is, of course, that's how we are conditioned to be, where it's like, okay, So I know in my manifestation journey, it's like, oh, I'll just go get another job. I need $1,000. I'll just go get another job. And it's like, is that really feasible? Is that really what I want to do? Is that really the only way that money can come in? And for a lot of people, that is the only way that they can see money coming in, which is fine. And if that's what you want to do, perfect and great. But if you're listening to me, that's probably not what you want to be doing. However, it may be, what ends up happening in the short term. But can you be open to seeing money come in different ways? Other ways than, status quo, the other ways than we are conditioned, or the way that we believe that the world works, or that we've been taught that the world works, right? Like I show up, I work, I go home, I get, and like the check comes or gets direct deposited. Is there other ways? Can you see, or can you be open? Can you allow yourself to be open to receiving money from unexpected ways? For example, money just being deposited into your account and you have no idea where it came from. That is probably like the quickest way for money to just come in. Imagine, you go out to your mailbox and there's an unexpected check. It's like getting a stimulus check or getting like the star rebate or whatever, where it's like perhaps there's a new program that comes out and that you aren't even aware of and you get a check for it. Or maybe you see a post on Facebook and it's like, I need, I don't know why they're showing me this, but it's like, I'm looking for because I used to be, so when my kids were younger, it's like, I forget that this is a YouTube video and not like, like a class or a training where I'm, in a room of people. But whatever, we're going to treat it like that. So like I'm seeing, so what I started to say was when my kids were little, I was like in a lot of moms Facebook groups. Back then there wasn't Facebook groups. It was more, there was forums, because I'm old. It'd be like in search of, Craigslist too was one of them. It's like in search of, like a kid's trampoline for whatever reason is what I'm seeing. And it's like, oh shit, I have one in the basement. Like I could sell that and there would be, $50, $100 towards the 1,000, right? All of these different unexpected ways that you could be receiving money that don't relate to the black and white thinking of, oh, I need to work more hours, which you could, or go get another job, which you could. But the point here is not for you to be working more. The point here is for you to open yourself up to receiving more, not having to necessarily work more, work harder. So if I was like, okay, I need $1,000 or I want to call in $1,000 just for whatever reason, take the charge out of it. And I would ask myself over and over and over, am I open to seeing this differently? Am I open to receiving money differently? Am I open to being surprised? Am I open to being delighted? Am I open to not having to figure out how the money comes in and just allow it to come in? And in the beginning, we'll say in the beginning of learning to consciously co-create my life, to consciously, manifest, to receive, to open myself up to having life just be fucking better, I felt a lot of resistance around money just coming in for no reason, because it is so ingrained in our society that we have to work hard for money. Like I saw my parents struggle, work hard for money, right? Like why would I think that money would come to me easily? Why would I think that money is just magic and it's just numbers on a screen and can literally just end up on my kitchen counter out of nowhere? Like why would I think that is possible? And it's like, okay, am I willing to open myself up even just a little bit to receiving? Am I willing to be surprised and delighted, right? Like my personality type does not necessarily love surprises. And so it's like, am I willing? And then when you get like the first like surprise check, you're like, fuck, I don't care. I'm willing to be surprised, right? If you can do these two things, take the charge out of it, take your need and desire, not need and desire, take like that, I don't want to say this, but it's almost like a desperate energy, right? Like the bill comes and you're like, fuck, I've got to have this money. Wow, like, where's it going to come from? That like actually pushes money away, because the energy, I know it sounds like woo woo and bullshit, but I promise you the stuff, I don't speak on things that I don't personally not, it's not even just believe in, but have experienced, right? Like, I know these things work because I do them. I know these things work because I do them and I teach them to my clients. I know these things work because my clients, people that are just not necessarily even my clients that are just in my world and like get to experience my energy, experience shifts, right? So like, I know that it sounds woo woo and crazy, but I promise you it's true. Like it's true, it's true, it's true. If you can open yourself up, if you can relax out of that desperation energy, which I know, like I get it. It's like, yeah, but I fucking am desperate. It's like, I know, but can you just relax yourself enough, self-regulate, and be open to being surprised? Be open to seeing opportunities and potential around you and trusting yourself to know when something is for you. For example, you get the nudge. Oftentimes it's like, for me, it's like, okay, let's go to the store for no reason, right? That doesn't happen so much anymore, but it used to more. And it's like, I don't love this example either, but it's just like a quick and easy thing. Like all of a sudden there's $100 on the ground and there's like nobody around. There's $100 towards your 1,000. The third thing that I will say is keep track of things. If you go through fast food, I was going to say Dunkin', but like not everybody has Dunkin', but like for me, I like Dunkin'. And the person in front of you pays for your drink or pays for your coffee. There's $5, $6. Write it down. Keep track. Like I have the notes app on my phone and I'll like I keep track of a lot of shit on there, but keep track of these things like, oh, I got a $5 off coupon, because when you're doing that, you're in the energy of gratefulness, of like paying attention, having awareness of the money is coming in from seemingly random places. And I can hear you being like, oh, but that doesn't help me pay my fucking bill, Ashley. It's like, yes, I understand that. I understand that getting your coffee for free is not technically paying your bill. It is getting you into the energy of receptivity. It is getting you into gratefulness. It is getting you into seeing the potential ways that money gets to come into you. Listen, if I was like, fuck, I gotta pay this bill, I need $1,000, I would be like, listen, God, angels, universe, like whatever, make the bill go away or extend the thing. Like, make the credit card that I would pay the bill, the amount available, like open up, right? Like I don't really care how it shows up, just make it happen. Whatever's the easiest, whatever's the path of least resistance, have it come, right? And I understand that that's also not like, oh, I just wanted $1,000. I'm kind of tying it into if you were saying that you needed it for a bill. It's almost more fun when it comes in a way that you never could have imagined it. Excuse me, I need a sip of my tea. Not only is it fun, it helps fuel you to keep going and to open to more when it comes in like fun and silly ways. When it comes in from, oh, I got overtime, that's less fun, and that is less, I don't want to say it's less rewarding because I don't think that that's necessarily true, but it's like, okay, if I have to work more for more money, that doesn't feel like it's manifesting, right? The biggest thing is don't allow yourself, I mean, I don't want to say it like that. I'll say it and then I'll refine it a bit. Don't allow yourself to be triggered and activated by fear. And of course, the reason that I stop myself is because of you can't necessarily prevent yourself from being triggered. Don't go into it. Don't go, oh my God, this never works and da 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 da, all this stuff. Can you come back and regulate yourself and breathe? Self-soothe. Give your body what it needs. Give your mind and your emotions room to breathe and expand. Can you allow yourself spaciousness in the manifestation process, in receiving? What will happen, I can almost guarantee, is it'll come in drips. Like you might not just be like, here's $1,000. Boom, it's done. It might be $5. It might be 25 cents, right? Like they're showing me that there is a quarter in my driveway. Like, pick it up. Be like, money's always coming to me. This is amazing. My most successful clients notice everything. And it's not that they notice everything. It's when they're receiving, it could be a penny, like every single little bit they take notice of and they're grateful for, because that is how you receive more. And I'll say this, I'll say one more thing. The way that I equate it, which I see it a little bit differently now, but the way that I equate it is like if you were giving somebody a gift and they were like, this only costs 10 cents, like, meh. Or, oh, it's not really what I wanted. I said I wanted shoes, and like, these are sandals. So it's like they go on my feet, but they're not shoes. It's like the gift giver is going to be like, well, fuck you then. I mean, probably not. But you know what I mean? Like, it's that feeling of ungratefulness, but it's like deeper than that, right? So if you can be like, holy cow, this was so thoughtful, thank you. And the gift giver is going to be like, oh, like, I want to give them gifts all the time because I like feeling cared for and appreciated, right? And it's the same thing when you're manifesting. If you can get into that energy of, holy fuck, this works. And oh my God, I received $10. I got a statement credit on my credit card. Like, this is amazing. That energy is a magnet to more and more of your desires. So I would love to hear in the comments your thoughts and any questions that have popped up for you. The questions that I have been receiving have been super helpful in creating more videos. And I hope that this was helpful.